Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On second down and 4, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. Touchdown, Detroit! T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, set, 60 or. Here we go. 6-6, pull it high. No.
There's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
To throw is Bortles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Another one for his trophy case. I mean, it's rare enough for a lineman to have one interception. He had one last week and now back-to-back weeks.
It's absolutely amazing, isn't it, watching it happen? And how about the joy that you see in him back-to-back weeks, getting interceptions? He's going to be telling the defensive backs, I'm coming your way from now on, guys.
Yeah, take it easy. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the Bears' 21-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Pin the mirrors back and go. 21. Drill right, 22.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, high 7.
Now Stafford. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Stafford on 3rd down. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker. Sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
50.
180.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Look, squeeze, get it.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Go on.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Let's go,
D, let's go. All right, let's get there. Set it.
Look at me. Go. Hit it.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Ready, ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Shotgun now for Bortles. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is fielded at the 7. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check.
Rerun. All right, boys, here we go. Alert! 61, matchbox lights.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Ready? 250.
Not today, you are. Not today. 58, come on. 58, come on.
Zero.
Here we go, again. 36. Check 52.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Lady.
Mike, 45. Pick it up. Switch.
Real right, 22.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
First down, Detroit.
Stafford now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
General West.
Joker.
Rerun.
Safety's creeping. Check. Cross.
Real right, 22.
Slam.
And to give this time to the tailback. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And there to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. at the 31-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? Mike 58, right there. I'm coming. Under 10, under 10, 10. Check, 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 check. Good on.
On second down, Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Brings up third down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Check, 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 check.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Good work that time to get him to jump, and now here's first and 10.
Defense, all day, all day. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. 53, ready. Zero. 58, the mic. I don't think you
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10.
Big 20. Back. Zebra.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Slam. Check. Hey, 70.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 13. It's a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Blue 60. Watch the run.
This will be caught just inside the 10. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
Hey, 22. Switch gears. Check 24. Check 24.
Stay 50. Stay 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Shoot.
Hard. Ready.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I got you, son.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
He's coming. Double up.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Me and you all day. All day.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Bortles. That's caught by Montgomery. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Stafford now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
20. 21.
He's checking. Crash.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 39-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Nice, sweetheart.
And middle.
Check 15.
Hey, 70.
Check 37. 25. Check 25.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
59.
Just beating the play clock. Stafford. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you call.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack.
Good job, fellas.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Bortles. Going deep this time for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. In that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Wolf. Pilot, 64, weak. Screen. Tight dog. Leo. Beat him.
On second down, Jeffries. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator.
Tighten up.
Hey, lock it. No.
Check.
Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Ready, set.
Mike, what do you want? Hey, it's coming up.
Spud.
They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Trey Flowers. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Hey, Delta.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Bortles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
It's now third down.
Ready.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Ready? Topper! Topper! Wahoo! Ready?
On play action, now Bortles. And he's going to go down again. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. Able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Drew Kaiser now, standing just about on his own goal line. Yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Set! Lady!
Mike 58, right there.
White!
He's not gonna get me. Watch the safety creep.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Set! 180!
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Ready?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Rock it. Now.
They try again with Cohen. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check 99. Check 99. He's crashing. He's chasing.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
Here we go, here we go. 50, plant.
All right, T, let's check. All right, T.
On first down, Bortles. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Got it.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Bortles. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Taylor Gabriel, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears cut into that lead. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, Drew Kaiser to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming. Hey, Red. 58, right over there, right over there.
Hey, exit.
58, right there. I'm coming.
Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
40 got. 40 got. Hey, 22.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Hey, Echo.
58, the money.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing left side, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
60. 45. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get 11. Let's get off the field.
49. Check 49. Check 49.
Omaha, ready to move. Alert 3. 59. Check 43. Shift.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Check nine. What happened? 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check three. Check it out.
Back to throw. Stafford. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
You draw quarter. Go.
Mike 51. I got one. Hey, Mike 51.
Let's go get it.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
On 2nd and 10, Bortles. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
15 line. 15 line. Bravo!
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Bortles now on first down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
55 is mine, guys. 55. Quick talk.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Whip. Watch the whip. Alert!
Johnson on the counter. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And now hang on here. The door, can you hear it? It's a little open.
Is that the squeaky hinges that I'm hearing right now? Yeah, the door.
Is that too high pitch?
No, not at all. The door is open a little bit. It's almost like when you told those horror stories on the camping trip, right? And now, look out.
Yeah.
We got a little bit different look on the game at this point.
Big momentum swing here in the 4th on the punt fumble.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Ready?
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Play action. Now it's Bortles. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Bortles. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Bortles going to go on 4th down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Protein spill.
SOS.
50-50.
SOS.
They'll try to run this one in, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Ready, break.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession.
Under pressure, they got him again. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now Bortles, he's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And they work this out past the 25. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check. Hey, 5-0.
Right back to him on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 25-yard line.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Detroit, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.